What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor. Welcome to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Here's Friday podcast. We are back again talking all the weirdest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Sean Mean. Sean, how's it going?
I'm good. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes,
you
and
know
we
what
are
that
back.
means. Time for weird news.
Time for weird news, yeah, no. See, I was just thinking in general in life.
Oh, what happens on a Wednesday?
We don't really have a general, massive scale on the rest of the universe.
I don't think so. Well,
look, some
don't
people.
We?
I think pretty highly of myself.
And I think pretty highly of you as well.
Really, you should have said yourself there.
Oh well, look, it says more about me. While I have the mic.
You will have it for the rest of the show.
No, it's being taken off me, trust me.
There's a guy right behind you called Craig.
There's a big hook coming from off stage. But we are getting ready for our end of year Weird News special edition episode. Mm-hmm. So to help us out with that, we're hoping that you guys could send on maybe some of your favourite weird news stories from the last year.
Yeah.
And we do kind of maybe a top 10 of 2019 or something like that.
Yes.
So if you guys could send it through any of our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or the email, it's all in the description there. If you could send on, even if you only have one story that was your real favourite,
anything that stands out to you.
Yeah,
because it's 52 weeks and we did rattle it down to a top 10. So instead of us being we'll just pick our 10 favourites, we think it'd be more nice if just people who listen to the show, people who are kind enough to listen into the show, if there's a story that you thought that made me laugh a little bit,
and we did the same kind of thing last year. We played the story and we had a little bit of a chat about it.
If you need any example of what we're looking for, last year we did a top 10 of 2018. If you go back and just listen to the episode, literally the first 5 minutes is we introduced the topic or the format, and we literally just play that story again. So it's a ranking system of, we'll just try and find the weirdest, best story that we've done this year, because we've done quite a lot, so it's hard to whittle it down in our heads.
It's a much broader list this year,
and it's easier if people who are listening, because people who are listening, I find, remember the show a lot better than we do.
I think so. I think because if we remembered everything we talked about, our brains will be full.
Yeah, there's been several times where I've met someone who listens and they're like, oh yeah, do you remember that story? And they'll just say a line.
No idea.
I'm like, no, when was it? They were 2 weeks ago. Look, I'm already working on next week's Weird News.
Yeah, I could have said that this morning and I wouldn't remember.
Absolutely not. So yeah, we are. You can just send one story. You can send 5 stories. If you have 10 stories, just send them on. We will just we'll count up all the votes and maybe whittle it down to 25. Maybe they make a poll and people can vote on the poll.
Yeah, we'll find some way to narrow it down. But I think it would be a really nice thing to do. Yeah,
so this week, Weird News, that's a good way to start off the week, because maybe we'll get a top 10 this week, Sean.
I hope so.
No, probably won't.
Alright,
this week is dog shit.
Fair enough.
Shut it off. This week we're starting off. Arizona teen gets stuck trying to sneak into her own home through chimney.
Santa?
Saint Nick.
So he's locked out and he thought the best way, chimneys aren't that big.
An Arizona teen who trying to shimmy down her chimney in an attempt to sneak home after a late night out ended up getting stuck for more than 30 minutes.
That's horrifying.
In the chimney.
Oh,
yes.
Was the fire lighting?
No.
Okay.
Imagine
be like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
It was just a bonfire in her own city.
Her house was on fire, actually.
It was actually ridiculous. The chimney was the safest place, really. The teen identified the smokestack would be the best entryway to her home after she and her friend, identified only as Yasmin, got locked out Wednesday night and couldn't find another way inside.
The doors and windows were all locked.
Exactly. So the next possible entry is the chimney.
Yeah, you climb up on the roof, which I imagine is loud enough.
How would you climb up on the roof without a ladder? You'd need to get into the garage.
Big American tree.
Big American tree. Very specific nationality on the tree.
A lot of Americans have big trees in their yard.
Do they?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Have you never seen a sitcom?
Why do big trees not in the rest of the world? I know loads of people with big trees.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yes.
It comes from money, this chap. Yeah. Big trees.
Far from trees I was raised, alright?
You live in Ireland. We're literally 90% green.
I can see a tree right there.
Actually, no, I can see several trees from out the window. So she climbed down the chimney. And now here's the thing. She didn't talk to the news station at all.
No.
But Yasmin big fucking mouth on Yasmin. Blabbermouth Yasmin. She was having a great chat with the reporters, right?
15 minutes of fame, isn't that it?
The plan soon backfired for the young girl. She was panicking, Yasmin told the station. She was like, call 911. She just kept shouting that I can't really breathe.
That's still kind of calm. I can't really breathe.
Like, breathing is a bit difficult.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be extra.
It's a lot of soot up there, I imagine.
There would be a lot of soot in a chimney.
I mean, look, clearly they don't get their chimney cleaned off.
I've seen Mary Poppins. Dick Van Dyke was covered in soot.
Oh, absolutely.
And she developed an English accent.
Oh, she's just become Dick Van Dyke now. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Diagnosis? Murder.
Very good. See, if you, like an Irish chimney, there's like, I don't know how you would fit down one of them, because there's a little like opening at the top. It's a tiny little hole. It stops birds from nesting there.
Is there?
Yeah.
I've never seen the inside of a chimney before from like the top down.
Exactly. And I don't know about, like, I don't have a fireplace here, but my parents' house, it's not like person size.
Yes.
I couldn't climb in or out of there.
No, I could.
Oh yeah, you're a slippery boy.
Cover me in grease and just let me go.
Grease me up, woman.
Do you have any grease?
Yes, we do.
The reaction of just silence. Yes.
There's our Simpsons reference.
So Yasmin said she was panicking, and then Yasmin, little fucking bitch, was like, she screamed for help the entire time. Which, to be honest with you, you would.
I mean, you're stuck in a goddamn chimney for half an hour.
No, it said 90 minutes.
That's an hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
A full hour more than I thought.
I don't know. It was blocked at the bottom, Yasmin told the news. I never thought it was blocked at the bottom. So she went down and she started freaking out.
Was this Yasmin's house?
Here's the thing. Yasmin gives off the impression it was her idea, and she said, you go first.
Yeah. Surely if you were that confident, you wouldn't mind going yourself.
No, she was like, I don't think it's closed at the bottom. Go on in there and check, just for me.
Was this you get in and open the door for me?
Oh, it might be you go in first.
Yeah.
Because it would make no sense for the two of them to go down the chimney.
Down the chimney? No, surely one of them could let the other access it.
No.
We're in this together.
One has to go through the chimney, one has to dig up from the ground.
Oh.
Who can get there first?
Oh no, the tile floor.
So crew set up a tripod over the chimney and struggled to hoist the girl out, according to the report.
Jesus.
The teen was covered in soot, when she was finally freed, but refused medical attention.
Really?
She smiled after she was rescued and declined to be interviewed by Fox. This is where Yasmin comes into her own, because her friend says, I'm not really in the mood to talk.
Don't really want to tell this story on national news.
It'd be embarrassing if I was on news and people knew that I went down a chimney and then I got stuck.
Yeah, but then Yasmin is just
And then Yasmin's eyes lit up and she went, wow, it would be awful if you told the news.
Do you think they're still friends?
I don't think Yasmin was ever her friend. I think she was using her for her chimney.
Of course. Well, whose chimney was it, Connor?
We don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what we were thinking. Yasmin told the station. Yasmin didn't even get in the fucking chimney.
No, you knew what you were thinking. You were thinking, God, look, if she gets stuck, grand.
It'd be awful if you got stuck, but I'm fine.
They bricked up the fireplace years ago.
Jeez, it's a bit chilly outside because I'm not in a chimney.
Yeah, was it a warmth thing?
No, it was trying to get into the house.
Well, I don't know. Oh man, chimneys aren't big.
The teen's parents apparently were at the movies at the time, and Yasmin says that they were really mad when the teen got home.
I'm sure they were. When she got home?
Yes, or when they got home, sorry.
When they got home. Okay. So they got home to the house. So it was Yasmin's house. Definitely.
No, it was the friend's house.
Right. Okay.
So the friend, Jesus. Yasmin is literally telling all of this through third person, just spilling every bit of detail she has.
They were at the movies.
They were seen last Christmas. It's got Daenerys in it.
Does it now?
It does.
Oh, very good.
Fair play to Emilia Clarke.
Yeah, making the best of things.
So my brows at her.
Oh, jeez, go ahead.
Very expressive.
Mother of Dragons.
Yasmin just having this whole conversation. Just hasn't stopped talking.
And the news reporter's like, yeah, can we get back to the story?
No, but did you not see season 8 though? It was very strange.
Bit of a train wreck, lads.
Yasmin, just really quickly, what about your friend? I have a friend.
Oh, not anymore, she's dead to me.
I don't cover anyone who's covered in soot.
Yeah. It's filthy.
So Yasmin says this woman came home and she got home from a late night out, tried to sneak into her house, got stuck in the chimney. What is the fear factor here?
I mean, if there was a fire lighting, there's a definite fear. Christmas Eve, might not get any presents.
Christmas Eve might be the worst, or would it be the best time to sneak down a chimney?
I don't...
As an entryway?
Okay, if you're trying to get into your own house on Christmas Eve.
Any house.
If
If you're trying to break and enter on Christmas, would the chimney not be the best? Because anyone with kids isn't setting that fire.
That's true. Maybe. And you know, like... I think we're going to get a lot of weird news stories around Christmas of people being stuck in chimneys dressed as Santa.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed, I would say.
Did you know my parents used to set the fire at Christmas?
Oh, my parents did the same.
Christmas Eve. And I was always like, will Santa not get like burned? And they were like, no, it'll die out before he gets here.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Yeah, that's the thing. Before we go up to bed, it was like, now, we won't throw another log on and it'll die down.
It'll die down.
Yeah.
But you're like, you're hardly going to throw a log on and they go to bed. Anyway. And any other aspect of life.
There was a Fisher Tykes. What's the Fisher Price?
Fisher Price.
There was a Fisher Price bike to assemble.
Oh, of course.
Worth the joke, wasn't it?
You looked down at the ground like, Jesus Christ.
I had a cup of tea, lads, and it's after going cold.
It's gone. Oh, you hate to see it happen. I have a cup of coffee. It's probably gone cold as well. Hang on. I'll check. Hang on. Oh, that goes down quite roughly.
Oh, that's like ice. Oh, it's like drinking ice.
Here's a question. What's the most awkward present your parents ever bought you at Christmas that you imagining them sneaking into the sitting room fills you with a lot of joy? Because my parents used to always go out Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then any story I always think of is like them half pissed trying to bring in try and recreate a fucking house or something from
my dad put together a bike, I think by candlelight. Because the power was gone.
With his quill and his parachute beside him.
And no, I had it was like, you know those cars that your feet go through the bottom and you just kind of run around in as a kid.
Yeah.
Had one of them. And it was that being put together, but to put it together you had to like slam parts together.
Jesus Christ.
So I think it was done outside and then like carried very delicately in.
Yeah.
And then
that's a good one.
Yeah.
My one is a big go-kart. You know, do you remember go-karts?
Yeah,
massive,
yeah, my brother had one.
Yeah, like there used to be loads of four wheels, like,
yeah,
and they're just pedals. You just go along, and wherever we lived, like that was the most popular thing that year. So everyone got a go-kart.
Cruising around on go-karts.
I don't know what they're called. I'm sure they're called go-karts in America. Maybe I don't know what they're called.
I think they're called go-karts.
They're just like the steering wheel and then the pedals.
Yeah,
but like there's four wheels. So so they were massive. But my parents got me this big fuck off 3-wheeled tricycle kind of go-kart, right?
Nice.
And it was like a motorbike handle instead of a steering wheel.
Fucking hell.
Right? I was like, I don't know, 9 or 8.
You're the happiest 8-year-old ever.
Happiest 8-year-old ever. But here's where the best part is. It was fucking massive, right? There's no way you're getting it through the door.
Yeah.
So the irony, the funniness comes from me imagining my parents coming home from the pub going, we have to carry in this fucking bike. Right? And so they had to get it in at like half past. Then the morning after, I always remember, like, they must have hit off every fucking door. I don't know how I didn't wake up.
It just ripped off the walls.
And then the next morning I was like, first thing you do, you run down, you see it, you're like, I want to have a go on it outside.
Yeah.
So I was like, Dad, let's bring it out. And he just gave me a look that was just like, Jesus.
That was fucking worth it, wasn't it?
I literally brought that in and had to, like, I tried for 45 minutes to get that through.
He was there with the pump, just bringing it up the side.
Just like turned it sideways, trying to get through all the doors.
Pivoting.
Because it weighed a fucking ton.
I'd imagine it did. This was back when, like a kid's, cart.
Yeah.
Fucking weighty.
Yeah,
like.
no, and
we had a go-kart that was made of pure, like, it was actual steel. I'm not, like, okay, this is purely for you now, because none of the viewers will get it. But it was about, like, from where I'm sitting to the wall there, so like 2 meters long.
Okay, 2 meters long.
And about 3 meters wide.
What?
I'm fairly sure it was custom made. My cousin had it.
Jesus Christ.
But you could go fast on that. And if you got hit by it, you fucking knew.
Oh, you die, like.
Yeah, and there was 2 seats.
Oh, so you'd be cool.
Yeah,
you and your bro.
You made me bro cruising around.
Cruising around, sunglasses on.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Of course. Man, it's actually hilarious when you think back to like putting presents together at half 2 in the morning.
Absolute torture.
And your parents,
and then you're up at 6.
And your parents nearly getting a divorce because it's like, I've put it together, man.
You worked a child.
Have you put in that screw? Shut the fuck up. Right?
They give you extra screws for a reason.
Just divorce for couples, I bet, near every year at Christmas.
Yeah, it skyrockets.
Houses around the country and around the world nearly end in just scraps.
Yeah.
Just like, oh Jesus, Susan, you're getting on my fucking tits.
That's why everyone in Ireland drinks at Christmas.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep your head. I'd be like, no drink, because I want to be at full capacity, ready to go once it gets past midnight.
Yeah, you putting together a dining table or something
for my children.
Yeah. They're very entitled.
Timmy, come here. I got you a dining table.
Thank you, Father.
That's what you wanted, a banquet.
He wants a medieval feast.
Okay, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and that is funny street signs being stolen, Sean.
Nice.
Now, Bell End residents left furious as street sign is stolen again.
It's going to be stolen for the rest of the time.
The street sign for Bell End in North Hampshire has been stolen again, leaving locals. This is the only reason this story is in this one sentence. Leaving locals furious.
They're more like exasperated, I think.
The road is regularly featured on lists of the top 10 rudest names in the UK, which it will be. However, the notoriety has led to the sign being nabbed at least once a year. Villagers in Wollaston are now completely fed up with the sign disappearing and are calling for a permanent one made out of stone.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, so they could erect a pillar.
Yes.
For Bell End. No?
That's your best one in a long time.
Thanks very much.
So Neil, this story is Neil Balderson.
Oh,
Neil,
you've gone wrong immediately just by existing.
Neil Balderson, 39, named the situation in possibly the most overstating of a situation, a sad state of affairs.
Like, it's a bit of crack, lads.
So Neil Balderson says it's a sad state of affairs. The locals said it has been a well-known feature in the village, and there is a cheeky side to it. We regularly have people stop for photos, and it's unknown for people to leave their mark with stickers and such like. But it really is. But taking it is really a sad state of affairs, as I've said. Do you agree with Neil? Is it a sad state of affairs, or is this a man who's just taking it a bit seriously?
I think England have a few more problems at the minute. Just on a national level. You know, I don't think that's unfair to say.
I don't think that is. I think every country has problems.
Yeah.
But I think they have kind of created a lot more problems in recent years.
Yeah. So maybe, like, your Bell End going missing. Not the biggest concern to the monarchy.
Not the biggest concern. Not mine.
It was always going to come to this.
It was a hard day for us all.
Oh, Jesus, lads. Really made a balls of it.
No, it's the other end.
Oh, right, sorry. The Bell End.
Good.
Thanks. Whoever stole it is just happy. Like, they don't care.
No. Do you think the person who stole it is a bit of a dick?
No, I don't think so.
No, you're not going along with that. Just because I said the ball thing.
I won't allow that kind of language on this podcast.
Sorry. I feel like I've been shafted here.
Oh, you've cocked it up.
I hate when you get the last one. Another resident, Christine Turland, 80 years old. Christine.
She's going to have some opinions, I think.
I'm sure she will. She told the BBC, who surely, once again, the BBC have better things to send reporters to do.
Absolutely. They sent a reporter?
Well, they would have had to for her to give this interview.
I suppose, yeah, they didn't just send this in under oath.
She got the cam. she got her little camera out, just like set up on a tripod. Right, hi guys. Just wanted to say,
Full vlog.
I don't understand. Why would anyone want to do something so silly? Said Christine.
You know why?
Look, Christy, we both know why. She added that it was pathetic. The sign had been stolen again, when another local claimed it happened at least once a year. The street was named after the now closed Bell Inn pub. In 2010, villagers in the Dorset Hamilton of Shitterton
Come on now.
became so exasperated with their sign being stolen, they started asking for a heavy stone version. So Bell End, the residents of Bell End are now stating that they want the same to happen to them.
Right.
So, the Dorset Hamlet of Shitterton, they've had this issue.
They've overcome it.
And they've sorted it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're really trying to think of a poo joke.
No, not at all. not me. It took a long time to pass.
Yeah, but they finally cracked the case.
Oh, very
and
good.
they got the stone up. But Bell End, not so much. Bell End is still a little down. How would you get this Bell End stone sign up?
How would I perk up this Bell End?
Yeah.
I think...
Who do you think's in the right here? The people stealing the sign?
The sign
or are you
company.
on the villager side that this is just silly?
I think they're overreacting a bit. Like, if it happens every year, get over it. Just pull up a stone one.
And like a really big stone one. A stone statue.
Yeah. Like a hard rock.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Like a...
Cafe. Gentrify the place.
So what you've done there is you've done the pun and then gone back.
Yeah.
Clever.
If you just gentrify this place, soon no one can afford to live there.
Oh, smart.
Or steal the sign.
So what you're saying is just clean out the village.
Absolutely.
Right, and you've crossed your arms to say that
Here's
as well.
what I want.
Genocide.
Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
Starbucks.
Oh.
Costa.
Yeah.
Nando's. Another Starbucks.
Another Starbucks.
Yeah.
In case you don't have your hazelnut latte in the first Starbucks.
Oh, yeah, one's like a worky Starbucks.
Yeah.
The other one's just that I'm going in quickly.
Really quick, I just need to get this good work.
Yeah. And then, like...
And then a big statue of a big, massive cock.
Rule.
Yeah. So how much can they add to this that they can just keep playing off?
I would love it.
Sign of Dick Van Dyke.
Good.
Big statue of a cock. Rule.
Yeah.
Big
King Richard.
King Richard. Nightwing.
Nightwing. Very good.
You just have hundreds of statues, all just dick puns.
Yeah, and just lean into it.
Just lean into it. Who cares? Be called Bell End.
Exactly. Have the tourist trap.
Oh, and made of a thirst trap.
What?
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 What? There's something there, though.
What is there? Is there, though?
You looked at me like a disappointed father, like, what?
What?
Why you have to do this?
Why are you the way that you are?
We're out in public. Just behave
We're
yourself.
at a nice restaurant.
Just for God's sake.
You here talking about bellends.
So, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and this is actually very sad.
Oh.
There's a society that has shut down.
Okay.
The Apostrophe Society.
The apostrophe.
Has shut down because, in their own words, ignorance and laziness has won in the 21st century.
Jesus.
Yes.
Okay. What is their cause?
Look what you millennials have caused.
Okay, boomer.
A society dedicated to preserving the correct use of the apostrophe has shut down because ignorance has won. Retired journalist John Richards, 96, started the Apostrophe Protection Society.
The APS.
The APS, as we all know it, in 2001 to make sure the much abused punctuation mark was being used correctly.
Apostrophe.
But Mr. Richards has now announced, with regret, I have to announce that after some 18 years, I have decided to close the Apostrophe Protection Society. There are two reasons for this. One is that I am 96, so I am cutting back on my commitments. And the second is that fewer organisations and individuals are now caring about the correct use of the apostrophe in the English language, he says.
It's not that hard to use, though, is it?
People are very dumb.
Right,
In my
okay.
experience, very little people know how to use an apostrophe.
Okay. Okay. What if I was saying it's very good?
Yeah.
Where's the apostrophe go in that?
After the T, before the S.
Very good.
Thank you.
What if I said that dog is eating its bone?
Actually, apparently for if you own it, it doesn't have an apostrophe.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, I was testing you.
Good.
Yeah.
But if I was to say you're the best,
Yeah.
which your would I use? But I didn't apostrophe in that one.
Y-O-U apostrophe R-E.
Very good.
Contraction of you are.
But here's the thing, ignorance and laziness have won because not many people know that. Because he added, we and our many supporters worldwide have done our best, but the ignorance and laziness present in modern times have won, he says.
Like...
Mr. Richards stated the society after seeing the same mistakes over and over again, he said.
And nothing's changed.
And hoped he would find half a dozen people who felt the same way.
That is not a big target to reach, sir. I hope you found 6 people.
So they call it apostrophe mistakes. They go through it. It's is only correct as a contraction of it is, and an apostrophe would not be correct even in the possessive form.
There you go.
Your means you are and should not be confused with your, despite sounding the same. It's hard to explain that on a podcast form.
Audio-based medium.
But apostrophes are never used for plurals.
No, never.
Never used for plurals. I didn't find half a dozen people, he said.
Had he advertised at all?
But the advertisement was so surgically examined.
See, but I've been on enough forums that...
You've been definitely on an apostrophe forum.
Probably.
Absolutely.
But people will absolutely correct you the second you're wrong on the internet.
What forum are you on? Because I've been on many Twitter exchanges where everything is wrong.
Twitter isn't a forum.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, no. There you are. I've been on the forum coolguys.com.
You couldn't get 6 people to join you on that one either.
I got 1,000.
So he said he didn't find half a dozen people. What he did find was that people from all around the world, from the United Kingdom, America, Australia, France, Sweden, Hong Kong and Canada, all wrote back to him with letters of support to say he was doing a great job.
Surely that's 6 people then.
No, but they didn't say they wanted to join his society.
No part of this.
I just want telling you do all the work, but fair play to you. So he says that he's finally had to shut down this society. Is this the sad day in our society? Because the apostrophe society is no longer existing.
That's true. What will all of its members do now? Sorry, what would all of IT apostrophe S members do now?
Good.
Yeah. It's hard to annoy someone about an apostrophe over a podcast.
Yeah, you have to literally say it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless I start just speaking a different language.
What are you going to... Yeah, because foreign languages are dumb.
Wow. Wow, lads.
Really thought you'd join me on that one, but no.
I found the bell end sign, if anyone is looking.
If I can't speak it, it's real dumb.
It's real dumb?
See, it makes me feel dumb, and I have insecurities about my intelligence.
Right.
So if someone's speaking a different language to me, they're probably wrong.
Oui.
Get out. Yeah, I just wanted to... It's a sad day. Apostrophe societies...
Yeah, a moment of silence, please.
Everyone just have a moment here.
Hit the apostrophe on the keyboard there.
Hang on. I did it twice.
Beautiful.
You never do 2 apostrophes in a row.
No, not at all.
I've actually broken his rules.
What you've invented is the quotation mark.
That's actually true. Fuck, I could make loads of money off this.
New society, lads.
Oh, fucking hell. Would we join his society?
I think I'd like to now that
we know that it's shutting down.
Now that we'd be the heads of the society.
Could we wouldn't fare well at the heads of the society, I think.
We're the head of the Heroes for Hire podcast
yeah,
society.
But I don't think that's a good... I don't know if we do a good enough job to be like, we're the leaders.
Right, oh yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, like, a leader implies that, like, we rally the troops.
I don't think we're very motivating as people.
Get out there, do your stuff.
If you want to,
No, don't worry about it if you don't. It's fine.
Like, it's grand, nothing matters.
Do those sit-ups. Well, if you want to eat cake, eat cake.
Oh, I'll eat cake.
You want to eat cake?
I'm going to eat cake.
I'll do sit-ups and you eat cake.
That's how this works.
And then eventually, maybe I'll eat cake.
And maybe I might do a sit-up.
And sure, then we're fine. This
Yeah.
is the worst motivational DVD anyone's ever bought.
What's a DVD?
Oh, I'm thinking we'll go DVD.
We didn't turn on the camera though.
I'm thinking VHS. We release our own fitness VHS for Christmas.
If we ever get to the point that would be financially viable and funny, we'll do that.
There's a fine line between financially viable and funny.
Yeah.
It can be funny, but definitely not financially viable.
There's like the tiniest sliver of a Venn diagram.
You just need that little tiny sliver.
That's
and then
where we're going to live.
Smack bang in the middle of that boy. We're moving on to our next piece of news. With no punk is willing to mess with Canada Goose that landed in mosh pit.
Canada geeses?
Yes.
Oh my god. I mean, a goose... Oh, we've had some goose stories.
You have. Any story involving you. Yeah, fucking dickhead. Legendary punk venue, the Broken Bottle, was evacuated late Saturday night after nobody confronted the Canada Goose that landed in the pit on its flight north for the summer. Horrified witnesses confirmed.
Canada goose will kill someone.
Yeah. Look,
they're worse than regular gooses.
they've interviewed a man who was at the mosh pit.
Has he survived?
No, it's just a body bag, and they have the microphone there. Talk. Look, I've had my teeth knocked out and my ankle broken, and I've chased Nazis out of that club, scene veteran Gabe Watts told reporter. But as soon as that thing hissed at me, there was no way in hell I was going to fuck with it. When it flapped its wings, it sounded like Satan himself was about to sweep me down into hell.
Terrifying.
So, while some brave souls tried to shoo the goose away by throwing their empty cans as they ran away, bartender Brian Reese...
Brian Reese, 2 first names.
Brian Reese, 2 first names.
Reese Witherspoon.
3 first names. Brian Reese Witherspoon.
Brian Reese Witherspoon.
Reportedly pushed gently at the goose with a broom. You definitely push gently.
Very gently.
You'd never anger a goose.
Never swing at a goose.
No. From behind the bar, which seemed to only enrage the creature.
Of course. It's his bar now.
Yes, miss. I don't want anyone losing a life or limb, said club owner Donna Schlegel. These
2
great
first
names. Nobody's called Schlegel.
Fair.
I'm used to pushing in dislocated shoulders and giving emergency tourniquets.
Tourniquets, yeah.
But no one should have to tangle with a goose hell-bent on destruction. We're here to have fun, they said. I wanted to do this story because the contrast between these fucking rocker badass people compared to don't fuck with a geese.
I like how everyone's on the same page though.
No, it landed and everyone, without saying anything, was like, we gotta get out of here.
I'm out.
Yeah, look, I don't care how tough I am, that fucking goose is gonna kill everyone and everyone I love.
Yeah, and all the horrible shit they've done and been through. Like a tourniquet, like that's when you wrap a bandage tight around your arm it cuts off the blood flow.
Yes. So these are badass people who just like they fuck each other up in the mosh pit.
Shit done.
Yes.
But a goose.
So allegedly 2 bands were waiting backstage and they came out to see the commotion, only to immediately retreat back to the safety of the green room.
Yeah. Right too.
CC Cano, bassist of the headliner.
Never interview the bassist.
Electric Lurker is the name of the band. There's some very strange names going on here.
Canada, man.
Witnessed the panic firsthand. I've never seen a pit clear out that fast. Not when cops show up. Not when an amp blows. Never. Last time we played here, a family of ducks crossed through the pit, said Kano. What is with this place and waterfowl?
This man is just baffled.
He's in my head like he's got like spikes in his hair, he's got piercings all over his body, and he's just looking at him like, what's up with the fucking waterfowl?
If they come back next time, like, and they're expecting a penguin or something,
there's a whale.
There's a whale
smack bang in the middle of the dance floor,
but everyone's just rolling with it.
Just roll with it. You gotta dance with a whale.
Anything other than a goose, you're grand.
You're absolutely. Akron City Animal Control was called to help remove the animal, but reportedly refused to help the club. Simply stated,
lion, tiger,
Simply stated, that place is fucked, said a city representative who asked to remain anonymous. We are not going to put any of our employees in the line of fire, so some kids can slam dance to Kill Your Mother music. Right now, the entire downtown waterfront is closed off to the public because of another other Canada goose is guarding some eggs, and it is unsafe for any living being to be within a mile radius of this goose.
They're bastards, Canada gooses.
If they're cleaning out the whole city for a mile radius for a goose.
Yeah.
If we're not...
If that goose landed in a hospital...
It's game over.
Everyone's dead.
He just comes up and starts putting out machine plugs. Oh, he's learning.
Starts injecting people with shit.
Management later announced that the broken bottle will be closed until the goose leaves on its own accord, or they have to burn the place to the ground, whatever comes first, they said.
Once it's there, you can't do anything.
Oh, this weird news story is amazing.
I love how this is protocol.
This has escalated.
Yeah.
Like, at the start I read the headline, goose drops at the mosh pit and everyone clears out. I was like, oh, that's funny. But then they did interviews with everyone's in total fear.
Animal control won't go near it.
Nobody's touching that pit.
It just... It has to leave of its own accord.
They won't go anywhere near this fucking killer that is present in this mosh pit.
I love this.
Yes.
I want to live in Canada.
Why? You're going to die from a goose.
If that's how I go, that's how I go. They closed down a lake.
Yeah. They closed down basically a whole mile radius of where a goose is guarding its eggs.
Because and if you step over a certain boundary, I hope there's like an actual like line.
Step past this for fear of death by goose.
Yeah, and then the second you step past it, you just get dive bombed.
But if there's only one goose, how could he patrol that whole mile radius? They're fast.
Very fast. Canada, do you know the wingspan of a Canada goose?
No, I don't actually.
Me either, but I imagine it's pretty big.
Do you want to use your Googs?
Yeah.
We can check how big this fucking goose is.
How big is a Canada goose?
How big is a Canada goose is a very normal Google search.
That's what everyone searches every day.
I'm always Googling that. Every morning I Googs it.
Start the day, Canada goose.
The idea that like this mosh pit is full of people who broken arms, broken legs, body burning, doesn't matter.
Probably some motorcycle crashes along the way.
They could not give a shit. They're the toughest son of a bitches in Canada.
They have a 73-inch wingspan.
That's pretty big.
It's pretty big.
73 inches.
12 inches in a foot.
Yeah.
It's like 7 feet.
7 feet wingspan.
Maybe a bit less, but yeah.
Yeah, about
43 inches long. So that's over a metre.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So it's small, but it's fucking wide.
Yeah, it'll spread out.
It's twice as wide as it is long.
Yeah, it's about the length of that desk you're on there.
I see. Nobody can see the desk.
I know. It's a little secret for us.
It's about yay high.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, no, it's about yay high. Everyone at home probably knows exactly.
It's the IKEA Meek desk, if anyone wants to look that up. That's the length of a goose.
Reference, like, oh yes, indeed.
Now I'm on board.
How would you fight a goose?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
I couldn't even play dead.
I drop you, right? You're in a coliseum
with a Canada goose or a regular goose.
Canada goose.
Fuck.
It's you, Canada goose. 70,000 people watching. You can't leave. How do you defeat that goose?
Okay.
Or die.
I might die, honestly.
You might accept death.
Let the goose come close.
Okay.
I want to be a friend.
You want to close the gap? I would widen the gap.
I'm closing the gap and keep my palms up.
Okay.
It's going to say no threat here.
No threat here.
Yeah. Then
I'm just a soft boy.
Then I jump.
Jump?
Yeah.
Jump where? Onto the goose?
At him.
At the goose.
And then I'm on him, and then I'm just hitting him in the face.
Right.
With like a rock.
Where are you getting the rock?
It's in the Coliseum.
Of course, in the Coliseum. Of course.
And then presumably I still lose.
Oh no, I would guarantee a loss.
I would. Oh, you'd have to. You'd have to play dead at some point, I think. But even then, I think it would eat you.
I would 100% go the opposite. I would spread the gap out, move as far away from that goose as possible.
But if you're not allowed to leave, there's only one way. You're
well,
either
eventually
winning.
You will have to shut the gap. But I would widen the gap until I think of a fucking plan better than jump at the goose and try and punch it.
Yeah, you don't want the goose coming towards you though.
But sure, the goose is going to come towards you anyway.
But if he's flying towards you.
No, he's got... Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't predict a flying goose.
Second that goose is in the air, you've lost.
How high can geese fly? I'm sure... Very high.
I'm getting the phone out
there's
again.
no need for a goose for this fake fucking fight between you and a goose.
How high... And it has to be a Canada
It has to be a Canada goose. Well, it
can-
says that it's emigrating.
It's emigrating. They fly at an altitude of 1 kilometre or 3,000 feet, but they have been reported at 9 kilometres.
That's higher than I can jump.
It is indeed.
Definitely higher than I can jump.
29,000 feet.
I can only jump 28,000 feet.
Oh, so even in a jumping contest you've lost.
Even in a jumping contest I've lost. Unfortunately, I do have I've got big springs, but I can't make that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the goose wins. I think any scenario the goose wins.
Any scenario.
Yeah.
Basketball
Goose wins. It's like Air Bud with a goose.
doesn't have a thumb though. How's it going to hold the ball?
Mouth.
Hold the ball. Yeah.
Hung.
God. Would a goose eat a human?
I think it might.
Would it?
Given the right circumstances. If a goose was starving and it's human, because they eat fish and shit, don't they?
Do they?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, but like a human's head. Like your head, you're fighting the goose and the guy. There's no way he's taking one big massive chunk out of your head.
I think he'd take a chunk out of me.
What? Serious?
Yeah.
Jesus
if its main attack is bite, so
Yeah.
I think definitely it would just swallow whatever it bit.
Fair enough. Look, we've discussed this thoroughly.
We have.
I just really wanted to know how we defeat a goose.
You don't.
Gun, shotgun.
And even then,
He probably has his own gun.
he has his own gun.
You don't want to give a goose a gun.
He brought it from home.
What stops a bad goose with a gun? A good goose with a gun.
You need a good goose. You need to be on side with the goose.
So we're finishing off Weird News Wednesdays this week, Sean.
Yeah.
With a stranger breaking into a home
Right.
and pizza ingredients.
Pizza ingredients.
We're going to Fort Peace, Florida.
Florida man.
Florida woman
Woman.
breaks into man's home, swiping pizza ingredients and leaving.
She just takes the ingredients and leaves.
So why not? When a man in Fort Pierce returned home after a short time out, he found something unexpected in his residence. Or rather, someone unexpected, Sean.
Papa John.
Papa John himself. Papa, can you hear me? Specifically, a strange woman in a pink shirt drinking soda from his refrigerator. The 56-year-old woman later would tell St. Lucie County Sheriff's investigators she was hungry, so she took the makings for a pizza, an arrest affidavit states. When the man got home, he said he heard a noise in his commode and saw a woman in his abode.
Very good.
Isn't that great?
His entire story is now worth it.
Literally, just got that one line and they're just like, write the story.
Someone's been sitting on that line since journalist college.
When he heard the noise in his commode and he saw a woman in his abode, asked who she was and why she was inside, the woman left. Didn't answer either question though.
Took the pizza ingredients.
Yet kept imbibing his soda. And this is why I've chosen this article, because you might know, do you remember a few weeks ago when we had the couple who were pointing at each other? And absolutely, that would lead me to choke as well, Sean.
I breathed it wrong.
At the exact point that I asked you a question. Really try and choke then.
Yeah, no, I do remember that.
That was only funny, because I finished the question, you stared at me for a second, I went...
I think I'm dying.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm grand, actually. Yeah, don't
right,
worry.
I'll set the geese on you. But do you remember that pointing story?
I do.
Do you remember when they ran out of... they had to get the 300 words?
Yeah, and they just kept...
They started talking about that joke where you pull a man's finger and he farts.
Yes.
Well, you might know something similar that happened here, because my next slide is... Asked who she was and why she was inside, the woman left, yet kept imbibing his soda. A soda is a non-alcoholic, sweetened, carbonated beverage sold in bottles and cans.
That's a word counting.
Now here's the thing. This might be the worst article I've ever heard for word counting, because it's going to get worse.
Oh, it keeps going, does it?
It talks to you like you are the biggest moron in the world.
An abode is another name.
yeah, he got really scientific about the commode and the board.
Yeah.
And then just really dumbs down soda.
Okay,
it's very, very different demographics, I think.
It's audience.
The man apparently followed the woman to an address outside in the 2500 block of Kerr Street. We all know Kerr Street.
A great spot.
Deputies reported the woman, who had a pink purse, knocked on the front door of the Kerr Street residence with the man following her there. So she just walked to the street after breaking into this man's house.
Yeah.
He follows her out.
Not that far from his own house.
And she just walks to a different home and just knocks.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah.
So is she breaking into another house?
Hang on. She said to the house after they opened the door, she was conducting welfare checks in the neighbourhood.
That's a very quick lie to come up with.
That, she said, is why she went into his home on his street. So far, I believe her. She said she was hungry in his home, so she grabbed the soda and the ingredients to make a pizza. ...
A pizza?
A dish often cited as originating... Your hand just went into your head.
I hate whoever wrote this.
Is often cited as originating in Naples, Italy, that features dough topped with tomato sauce, cheese, and other items such as pepperoni and mushrooms.
Now I know what we're talking about.
Now we know. People typically shop for ingredients. You thought this was only one paragraph. No.
Now it's going on to the concept of shopping.
People typically shop for ingredients for pizza, along with dishes such as tuna casserole, goulash, barbecue chicken, and clams casino at a grocery store such as Publix or Winn-Dixie, as opposed to private residences on the street. So you might be surprised to find out, Sean, the joke here, right?
Yeah.
Why it's weird is because people often shop for ingredients in shops.
Right.
And not in other people's homes.
No, because those have already been gotten.
They've already been purchased. See, that is where the joke comes from.
Jesus, who wrote this?
Remember a commode in the abode?
Oh, I had so much hope.
You were so full of love for the writer.
I thought this would be like one of those articles we always read where there's puns every sentence.
The woman also said she used the restaurant within his home. And just when you think...
The restaurant?
The restroom, sorry.
Oh, right.
And just when you think maybe she just went to the bathroom...
So I don't understand
What's a restroom?
What's a restroom?
He didn't fucking explain restrooms, though.
Lads.
The woman also said she used the restroom and... on accident, picked up the victim's debit card. Now,
it happens.
That happens very easily.
Oh, we've all done it.
We've all done it. Picked up an accidental debit card in somebody else's home that you've broken into to eat their pizzas, drink their soda, and use their bathroom.
So, really, who's the real villain here?
Yeah. The man with the card? Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Causing this lady so much hassle. The
woman, a Fort Pierce resident, was arrested on a felony burglary charge. But really, the person who should be arrested is not only the author of this article,
but the editor who approved
it. The editor who said, no, this is fine.
Here's
Sean,
your paycheck.
Let me know what you think. This is the end of that story. What are your thoughts on this whole story?
The story on its own, quite weird.
It is weird by itself, but I felt like it got a little extra dash.
With just the way this article handled what can only be described as trying to get up the Google rankings a bit.
It has to be a word count thing.
It has to be, or it has to be like, the more, I don't know, nouns you name, the more you get it. Like, you're getting pizza, Naples, mushroom, pepperoni, so...
She said she was hungry, so she got the ingredients to make a pizza. Pizza is a dish often cited as originating in Naples, Italy. That is not normal for a story about woman who steals ingredients for pizza.
That's not how a news report should go. It's like they wrote this for an alien.
Yeah, it's written for someone who's never been to Earth.
Yeah.
But at the same time understands commode, abode, and every other word that they say.
Yeah, so they're taken for granted that they understand clever wordplay.
Yeah, and they never mention what a debit card is. They never mention what a restroom is.
Yeah.
Like, if we're alien enough to not know what pizza is and soda, why is it only the food that has to get special mention? Surely a restroom needs to be explained.
A commode.
A debit card. What's a debit card?
What's a neighbourhood?
What is a neighbourhood? Like, she went to a different street. What's a street?
Yeah. I know. I would love if every
single article had to be explained for every single thing.
So
we would be here forever.
We would do one story a week and it would be amazing.
So what do you think of this woman? I think I believe her. The fact that she broke into this man's home and
checking on his welfare.
She was checking on his welfare, checking on his pizza ingredients, decided she wanted a soda.
Yeah.
After you have a soda, You need the pee.
Need the loo.
It's a bit of a liquid. So she went and got she went to the bathroom, and then just hypothetically, on accident, the debit card happened to be
into her pocket.
It just fell in the wind.
The wind
happened, and it fell into her pocket.
Now, wind is a weather phenomenon.
What is wind? Yeah.
Changing pressures. Hot air rises, cold air rushes in to take its place. That's how wind works.
We could do this for hours.
We're having great fun with this.
This is like, this article, I read it and I got more and more confused. You know, like, I put the show together, and so, like, I'll read the article, and I'm just, like, reading along, and I'm kind of skimming it, and then I read, a non-alcoholic sweetened carbonated beverage sold in bottles and cans is what soda is. And my ears peaked up, just like, oh, this is awful.
This is the worst form of journalism.
Is this journalism?
It's reporting on news.
It just turns into an encyclopedia halfway through.
It's in many ways, that can be the Rosetta Stone of our time. All language can be decoded through this.
I think this woman is innocent.
I think she's pure innocent.
This is a Florida woman who
of being guilty. Wait, that's the same.
She's pure innocent of being guilty.
Yeah, and she's guilty of being...
You can't say innocent.
Truthful.
Innocent of being... But that means she wasn't being truthful.
No, it means she was.
If you're innocent from being truthful...
Innocent is a term used to describe...
Okay, I think we need to end Weird News.
Weird News is a show that we do.
Go on.
Every Wednesday.
Every single Wednesday.
You take the weirdest news stories from all around the world.
And actually, Sean, really quickly, we have an end of year show.
We do.
What do we do on that end of year show?
We take a look back at the best, most hilarious, or even just most entertaining weird newses of the year.
What's weird news? What's a year? How long is a year?
365 and a quarter days.
What is a day?
A day is a period spanning 24 hours.
We could do this for literally hours.
But what you can do is send us your favourite weird news stories of the past year.
Yes.
Send them to us on any social network or email them to us, heroesfire_@outlook.com.
Maybe it's that time that journalist told us about soda. Maybe this is your favourite story ever.
Maybe this is it.
Maybe this is it.
Maybe you're just picking the most recent one.
Maybe you just have really bad memory.
Like us. So, I think that's it for this week.
I think that's going to be it for this week.
Yeah, so please do send on your favourite news stories for the year. Follow us on all the social medias. Thank you to all of our patrons who support us on Patreon. If you do want to support us in that way, head over to patreon.com/heroesforhire podcast or click the link in the description. But the best way you can support us is by telling one human being that we exist.
Amazing.
Nice one.
What's a human? Just really quickly.
No one is human.
Oh!
We are all in a machine.
Matrix. Reloaded?
Revolutions.
The best Matrix.
The best Matrix.
The best of the Matrixes.
Thank you everyone for listening. I've been Sean Mean.
And I've been Conor Lawler. We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.